and welcome back to another reading vlog. This will be a very much needed mood reading vlog. I have been reading the Throne of Glass series and it has gotten me in a little bit of a reading slump. I don't want to talk about it. I will be talking about it in my second reading vlog of the Throne of Glass series, so I'm not going to spoil any of my thoughts, but as you can probably tell, it isn't amazing. So I'm going to mood read for a while. I promised myself I would give myself at least a few days of not reading any Throne of Glass anymore right now. I might pick it up a little bit, but for at least the first few days, maybe even a week or 2 or 3, I don't know, I'm just going to mood read. Usually I like to give myself like some kind of TBR, or for the month, or for like a vlog, I give myself a few books I am going to read. But this time I'm really going to mood read because I'm not enjoying this slump. So I have a few thoughts already of what I'd like to read right now. And some of the contestants are the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I own the full series, the 3 first books and the novella that comes after. I'm thinking I'm going to start with this one, but for now that only means I'll be reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the first book. I'm not going to say that I will be finishing up this series in one go, because I know that if I'm going to say to you guys I'm going to read it, if I don't want to read it after this one, I'll probably push through anyways, and I'm not feeling like doing this right now. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with this one, but I've got some mangas and a comic that I would maybe like to read as well. For the manga, I would like to read the weekish series. It's 6 volumes. The first 5 are like a little bit thicker and the 6th one is a little shorter, but overall you can get through 1 volume of manga very quickly. This is a romance manga, and I'm not too sure what's it exactly about. Let's see. Games over romance. Narumi Momose has had it rough. Every boyfriend she's had dumped her once they found out she was an otaku, so she's gone to great lengths to hide it. When a chance meeting at her new job with childhood friends, fellow otaku and now co-worker Hirotaka Nifuji almost gets her secret outed at work, she comes up with a plan to make sure he never speaks up. But he comes up with a counter proposal. Why doesn't she just date him instead? In love, there are no safe points. Oh, includes volume 1 and 2 of the Japanese edition. So yeah, they are, how do you call them? Omnibuses, I guess. Like they have the first 2 volumes and they'll just call it volume 1. But I'm very excited to read like something like this again, because I love to watch like romance anime and read romance manga as well. They're just really different from any other romance books, especially because I don't know, they feel like a true slow burn, but also like very wholesome, because you can watch an entire anime of romance and there'll be a lot of yearning and small cute moments happen, but at the end of the anime they might not even get together, but like in a good way sometimes, because it's hard to explain. It's like super cute to see them like being in love so much and maybe even only kiss at the end of the anime. But I don't know, it's just very cute, no smut or spice usually, and I can like them sometimes, and I've been missing that feeling. So I was thinking on maybe reading a bit of this. I'm not sure. I get the feeling that all of these volumes are of different couples, but I'm not sure. I think because on every cover you see different characters. Like here you see already a different one here as well. Oh, I've seen this one before. Oh, this one as well, I think. And the last one is the main couple, I think. So I'm excited to see some cute romance happen, but I'm not sure yet if I'll actually pick this up, because I'm thinking I'm going to start with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And if I don't feel like romance after that, I'm not going to push myself through. And then I've also been thinking about reading the Dead by Daylight The Legion comic. I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight, not so recently though, but I do like the lore behind the characters, so I'm thinking on picking this up as well. It's the story behind one of the killers in Dead by Daylight, and I'm excited to see. Oh, it's full color as well. That's very cool. And I'm sure this will be a very quick read as well. And that's what I've been craving, especially after reading some really long ass books in Throne of Glass. So we'll start with reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Furthermore, I'll also be listening to some audiobooks. I'm currently listening to The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I'm not that far into it yet. I think I'm honestly not sure, but I'm having a decent time so far. I think Frida McFadden's audiobooks are like one of my favorite audiobooks, and not in rating specifically, because I usually tend to rate all of her books around 3 stars. But I think usually thriller books are just audiobooks I like to listen to best. Fantasy books don't tend to keep my attention very often. And with thrillers, I don't know, it's just easy to focus and they're just very easy to listen through. They're also pretty short, so that's nice as well. So I'll keep you updated. Okay, so it's the next morning and I listened to a bit more of The Inmate by Frida McFadden yesterday while going on a walk. And I just remembered now that I actually didn't say anything about the books that I'm reading right now. I only mentioned that both my audiobook and the book I'm reading are both thrillers. So The Inmate is about Brooke, our female main character, who is like a nurse at this prison. And at this prison, one of the inmates is actually like her ex-husband or ex-lover. And the reason why he's in the prison is because of her testimony. I won't say what exactly happened, but that's the main gist of it. We're following her at the moment right now while she's working there and some of her private life. But we also have a POV of her, I think 11 years before. And that's like when she met Shane, the prisoner, and how their relationship was or evolved. I think something a bit like that. I'm halfway through this book so far and I'm having a decent time. I mean, most of her books are for me 3 stars and I usually really like listening to them, but overall they aren't my favorite books. But for listening on audio, they are really nice because I can keep my focus really well. And overall, I like her books. Though I don't think it's the best mix of books I got right now, because I'm also reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, another thriller. And this is actually my favorite thriller author. So listening to a thriller that is a little bit mediocre to me so far, at least, maybe not the best choice, but I'm having a really fun time with this one. This is the first book in her Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. And it's about Pip, who is investigating a crime that happened 5 years ago. There has been a allegedly murder. So far, the person has only been missing, but I never found a body, and she's trying to solve what happened because there are a lot of presumptions about what happened, but yeah, she's investigating it. So far I'm having a really good time with this book. The books I've read by Holly Jackson so far are The Reappearance of Rachel Price and 5 Survive, so 2 standalone thrillers by her, and in my opinion they are both 5 stars. I think I rated The Reappearance by Rachel Price. I think I rated 4.5 stars. It was like one of my first thrillers I read, and it gave major 5-star feelings to me, but I didn't dare to rate it 5 stars because I haven't read that many yet and I couldn't really compare it to a lot. But right now I'm thinking it would be 5 stars, and 5 for 5 also immediate 5 stars to me. I liked it a little bit more, I think, than Reappears of Rachel Price, mostly because of the writing. She just wrote really well, I think. A lot of beautiful quotes as well, and I also really enjoyed the story. But I am already feeling that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder can be another 5 stars. I'm just a little bit into the book, so I can't really say. I am right now at, let's see, I think yesterday evening I got to like 50 or 60 pages, and right now I've read 82 pages. This morning I read a little bit more, and the writing is really well done. It's a really quick read. Also the font is really nice because it's really big, so I think I'll be able to read it really quickly. So that's really nice. Only thing that's a little bit sad is that I already purchased this book, I think like a year ago maybe, and I never noticed it then, but the book is kind of broken. It's a special edition. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but like at the bottom it isn't bound really well, so I'm a little bit scared while reading it that the whole book is going to fall apart. But overall reading experience is great so far. I'm hoping to read a lot more this evening, and I'll probably listen to a bit more of the audiobook if I'm going to the gym today, but I'm not sure yet. But I'll keep you updated once I've read a little bit more. So I forgot to film anything while I was at the gym because I did go yesterday, and I managed to listen to a lot more of the inmates. I think I've got only like 1.5 hours left, I think. And I wanted to give a really exciting review already, or update, but yeah, at the halfway point, especially the POV of Brooke in the past got really exciting. There happened some really cool and interesting stuff, so I was really excited. But yeah, we're already at the point where the plot twists are getting revealed, and the plot twist is not plot twisting. It's really bad. It's really bad. Well, there can still of course happen some more, and I am feeling like there's going to be another plot twist on top of the plot twist. I am not sure though yet, but the plot twist so far, yeah, pretty bad. Though overall I am having fun, or well, I was having fun with listening to it on audio. If it's going to continue on like this, I think it will be one of my least favorite of Frida McFadden's thrillers I've listened to so far, but we'll see. I'm hoping to have it finished today or maybe tomorrow, but I'll update you guys on it whenever I finish the audiobook. And I've also read quite a bit in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I am now at page 258, so I managed to be able to read quite a bit yesterday. I had like my first guesses on what was going to happen at like page 80, I think, but I'm thinking I'm really wrong with it. And it's fun, like with Holly Jackson's book, you can really like speculate and you can really think on what's going to happen, all the plot twists. And I think it also just wasn't the best idea to read and listen to a thriller at the same time, especially like one of my favorite authors and then one of the audiobooks I like to listen to, but I know they aren't like the best in my opinion. Holly Jackson just writes so well, especially with like all of the little details, and I think in every chapter you get like little clues, and that's really nice, and you don't really get that with the inmate. You mostly just get conversations between the characters, and there aren't really that many characters, so there aren't really that many suspects either way. And with this one you get like a lot of characters, and everyone could have been everybody. So that's nice, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to have it finished either today or tomorrow. So the plans are for me to go to enjoy my matcha while reading a bit more of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I might listen to The Inmate while going on a walk and making some dinner tonight. This book. What the fuck am I listening to? So this morning I finished up The Inmate and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Let's get The Inmate out of the way first. That ending was not it. Oh, it was bad. First of all, I think it was like an hour left and you got like the first plot twist, but then you got a different plot twist, and then they said scrap that, you get another plot twist, and then another plot twist. It just wasn't it. Though I have to say the epilogue gave a little bit of another plot twist, and I guessed that one, and I did like that, but in my opinion that was also a little bit predictable. I overall just didn't like the ending at all, though I'm giving it 2 stars because I did enjoy Brooke in her past, and I also like the scenes of Brooke in the present while working at the prison. But overall I probably wouldn't really recommend this book to anyone. I think because I listened to it, it made it a little bit better, especially because the beginning of the book was fine, I guess. But if I would have read this book and wasted my time on it, I wouldn't have liked it. So not the best book, but it was okay. Then on to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I finished up this book this morning and I'm giving it 5 stars. It was so much fun, and I'm really happy to say that this is my first 5-star book of this year. I have rated some things 5 stars, but there were mostly manga, and one of the books was a reread, so I'm not really counting that one. This will be my first real 5-star this year, and we're already at the end of March, so I'm really happy to finally have one. I honestly loved a lot about this book. They gave a lot of little clues in which you could speculate who would have done it, and especially while comparing it to The Inmate, which didn't really give you any leads. This book gave you so much to think about, and it was really fun. I think the first thing I thought was a clue at like page 80. It was far from it. Far from it. I also didn't see the ending coming, and I liked it a lot. I had goosebumps while reading the ending of this book. It was so good. I also really liked that, for my opinion, it felt like a little bit of a mix of Five Survive and the reappearance of Rachel Price. Both other books are also by Holly Jackson. I also rate both of them, or are 5 stars for me. I did not rate them 5 stars at the time, one of them, but they are both 5-star reads for me, as well as this one. I just overall really liked the book, and this was probably the easiest 5-star I can give to a book. I think Holly Jackson can't really disappoint me. I'm honestly not sure what I want to read right now. I was thinking about reading the next book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, but I'm thinking on holding off for it a little bit. I'm thinking I'm going to enjoy them more as like palate cleansers, I think. I actually want to get into the Zodiac Academy books. I got the old covers and they're so pretty. I'm really excited to see what this series is about. But before I start this one, I'm going to start by reading a graphic novel, the one from Dead by Daylight. It's about the Legion, one of the killers in the game. And I just want to go through a quick little book before getting into another fantasy series. But I'll update you guys once I've read a little bit more. So I just finished the graphic novel of The Legion from Dead by Daylight, and I think I'm going to give it 3 stars. It was alright, but nothing that special. To be honest, I think you'll only actually like this if you've actually played the game, because you get a little bit of lore behind the Legion, and it's nice to see some elements from the game. Part of the map was also present in this comic, so that was cute to see, but I think it's a little lackluster, especially story-wise. So if you don't play the game, I don't think you'll actually really enjoy this. I think it's also hard for me to like give a negative review for something like a graphic novel or a manga, because I do think the artwork also plays a role in my rating. Normally I try to rate my books especially on like the story and my enjoyment, but I think I also do enjoy looking at art. So even if the story isn't that amazing, I usually tend to rate stuff like this a little bit higher, because I just like to look at pictures. And to be totally fair, what do you expect from like a comic that's like 30 pages long? I mean, it can't really go that deep as well, so I didn't have that high expectations. So it was alright, but I'm not sure if I would pick up the next book if they are coming out with more of these. I might though, because honestly I read it in a few minutes. It was alright, and yeah, I don't know. But on to the next book. I'll be reading The Awakening, the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, and I'm so looking forward to this. I've been wanting to dive into this series for a few weeks now, so I'm really excited. Can't really complain because I chose myself to get the old covers, but the map in this book is so blurry. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but oh my god. So only 3 chapters in, but why am I kind of getting like Winx Club but for adults kind of vibe? I finished The Awakening, 5 stars. Oh my god, I couldn't even give my thoughts throughout this book because I couldn't put it down. This was so good. I don't know what they put into this book, but I just couldn't put it down. Oh, it was so good. So The Awakening is the first book in the Zodiac Academy. We follow the twins Tori and Darcy, who found out that they are actually Fae, and their parents used to be like the king and queen of Solaria. So they are dragged to Solaria and they go to attend the Zodiac Academy, where they need to prove that they are like powerful enough to become the heirs again. Though in the meantime that they have been gone, there actually are already 4 new heirs, all boys who also attend this school. And this is where like the whole bully romance part comes into play, because they still want to be heirs, and the girls also kind of as well. They mainly want their heritage back, but at the same time they will become heir if they show they are powerful enough. I love the aspect of all of the paranormal beings in this book as well, because there are like vampires and werewolves and all those kind of stuff, which I really ate up. Somehow I got really nostalgic while reading this, though I have not read this when I was younger. I think I would have really enjoyed it. It gave me major like Winx Club slash Charmed vibes. I think Winx Club mostly when they arrived at the Zodiac Academy. I don't know, but it kind of gave me the feeling of like Winx Club when they got to the school at the first time. And also a bit of Charmed, mostly because that's the only paranormal thing I've seen when I was younger. So I honestly ate this up. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars immediately. Writing super bad. Things that happened felt like bad reality TV, but I gobbled it up. Absolutely. I can see why this book isn't for everybody, and I wouldn't probably recommend it to everybody. But this was so good. I can't wait to binge this whole series. So overall, I had an amazing reading week, mostly because of the 2 books that I read. Both were 5 stars. So my first 2 5 stars of this year, which was really great. Audiobook, I got to finish only 1, which wasn't amazing, but okay, I guess overall. And it was also nice to read like a small graphic novel in the meantime. So overall, I had an amazing time, and thank you all for being here with me. If you'd like to see more of me, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!